public safety departments are on their community outreach tour. We'll show you the places we stopped and the people we met on this edition of Lake Area Beat.
I'm Kurt Friesen.
I'm Tracy Minarchuk, and this is Lake Area Beat.
It's good to be here with you.
Yes, it's good to be here with you also.
How's summer been going?
It's very busy. It's going by super fast.
I feel like blinking it's gone, right?
I know, it feels like we just did this.
Right?
Public Safety Night at Market Fest has become an interactive learning experience, not just for residents, but police and fire too.
Every year, both departments are stationed on 4th Street to welcome the community and build partnerships. Here's a look.
On a hot summer night during Market Fest,
big money.
Kate Barton was promoting Winter's Polar Plunge.
It comes to White Bear every year.
Okay.
End of January.
End of January. I'll keep that in mind.
She set up shop at White Bear Lake PD's display during Public Safety Night, educating festival goers about the event as well as Special Olympics Minnesota.
When was the first polar plunge in White Bear?
I'm gonna say 1984.
An athlete herself, Kate competed in swimming and hockey before moving into a leadership role, having spent more than half her life with the organization.
This is my sporting life.
Special Olympics and public safety work closely together. Kate expressing her gratitude to police.
We're lucky enough to have White Bear be the first site for plunge in the years, and we're grateful for their support.
The crowd was also anxious to give their thanks to White Bear Lake Fire and Police.
Thank you.
Along with talking in trucks, the fire department put on its ever-popular extrication demonstration. Mayor Dan Lewis-Schmidt commending the department.
I had the opportunity when I did the firefighter training, and so I got to use the jaws of life and break the window and pry it open. And it's hard work. It's tougher than you think, especially when you're wearing all that equipment. So yeah, these guys do a great job.
Public Safety Night relies a lot on volunteers, like Dale Grambush.
I started with Market Fest quite a few years ago, and I've just enjoyed working, seeing how it helps the downtown, I believe.
And for so many fairgoers, it's a place they return to, even when they leave.
Volunteered for this as soon as I saw the opportunity came up. I was lucky enough once I came to the State Patrol that I was still able to get the same area and work in White Bear Lake and continue serving the community that I started out in at White Bear Lake.
Market Fest is always busy.
Yeah. I feel
Always
like
a good time.
I feel like it's been a good turnout this year. Get to meet a lot of new people.
Yep.
Get to see some familiar faces.
Yep.
So it's good to see everyone again.
Yes, it's always fun. There may not be horses, but White Bear Lake puts on quite a rodeo.
We'll have that story coming up.
The community is waking up with the White Bear Lake Fire and Police Departments. Here are all the delicious details.
Step right up, grab a donut. Yeah, how you guys doing?
Cops know where the best donuts are, always.
How many times have you heard the old donut joke? Yeah, cops and donuts.
Oh, over 34 years, probably a couple thousand.
I just see the donut hole.
the donuts were a big hit. I love it. I grew up outside of Chicago, and so I wanted someplace like this, and my husband's from here, and I'm really glad that we live here and that you guys do stuff like this.
This is fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks for the support.
Well, thank you. Yeah, always. Thank you.
The community really treats us good.
Old fashioned.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
White Bear Lake and bears go together like any perfect pairing.
The White Bear Lake Area Historical Society has been hard at work preparing the exhibit Bears Building a Community. Here's a look inside.
So we tell the story. We write what it is, and we wanted to be able to tell what this truck really is and what it was.
When you talk with the Historical Society's creative director, Dan Jones.
The back end was rebuilt because it was originally had the tank off, and this truck was actually up in Grand Rapids and owned by a person that was from White Bear Lake.
You get a sense he not only knows his history.
If you look up top, you see the 1930 firehouse.
But also his passion for its preservation.
The foresight that the folks back in the 70s had to restore that 1929, and a lot of credit goes to the retired firefighters.
Jones worked in marketing for years before being hired by the Society's executive director, Sarah Hansen, finally putting his history degree to use.
It's a dream. I grew up here in White Bear. I'm born and raised, and to be able to work for the Historical Society where, you know, my degree is history, it's really cool.
We recently talked about the exhibit at the Armory, Bears Building Community, and the impact of the 1920s on White Bear Lake.
Well, I'm figuring they're going to memorize it because
the 20s were a decade that began with a roar and ended with a crash, with economic growth and prosperity in between, especially in White Bear Lake.
Sarah saw all these things happening in the 20s, 100 years ago, and so that's really where the 100 years of building community came from. A lot happened that we overlook, and I think we forget about, that really has become the foundation of today, of what we see as modern White Bear Lake area.
The exhibit runs through July 30th and has something for everyone, including kids.
One of the coolest things is making this giant puzzle. It's 8 feet by 8 feet, you know, acrylic pieces.
It features history about the automotive industry in White Bear Lake.
And what's unusual about these old trucks is that they're a double clutch. So you actually had 2 clutches working both feet to drive this truck. So there's only about 2 or 3 people in town that can drive this truck.
Jones sharing video of the massive undertaking of getting this 1932 Dodge fire truck inside.
Here's straps put underneath it, craned up, and swung in. I think you can see the door behind me. Literally swung in to a certain point, tires down, and it was it was really cool.
The White Bear Lake Area Historical Society has big things in its future, with plans to renovate their current space.
In the work that we've been doing with, you know, getting contract bids for the future improvements of the Armory.
But for now, they're hoping to share the past.
But basically a population of about 45,000, it's unusual to have a historical society like we have that is active, and the amount of participation and support that we get is unbelievable.
It's best when learning and fun are combined into one event.
The annual bike rodeo is not only fun for kids, but it's a great way to teach them bike safety early so they can carry it into adulthood. Here's how the police department is helping.
We're getting our bikes checked out today.
A lot of safety things. We're going to get helmets checked for the kids, make sure they fit. If not, they'll get one. And then we'll do a tune-up of the bike, make sure the brakes and the handlebars are secure.
We do a little tune-up.
Make sure that the bike is working and functioning properly.
First thing we want to do is make sure it's super tight without the straps even being on.
If it was red, what would you do?
I did it!
Good job.
I think they look forward to the watermelon.
Yeah, no,
No, they like all of it. They like
Yeah.
to zoom around on the course.
yeah, it's a fun event.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have for this edition of Lake Area Beat. Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you next time. Join us for these stories. I know! It was very small that time.
We were like
Did
right
you
there.
see her? Did you see her?
She started to go down the road.
She's like, she's holding it in. It's okay.
Try again.
I was trying so hard. I know why you were laughing, which was making me laugh more. So I'm sorry. Three, two, one. It's an interactive summer filled with family-friendly events, and the police and fire departments are all in. So sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'm so sorry. It's so hot. I'm sweating, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's all rhymy.
The shade looks nice to me if you could wrap this
know,
up.
I will.
Come on.
I'm so sorry. I'm ready now, I think.
Yep, there it was.
Okay, shade. We gotta walk in the shade. I'm gonna die.